All right, welcome to lesson 5.2. It's really the same idea as the last lesson. We're just going to do it with small numbers now. All right, so convert that into a decimal, into a standard form. So move it twice, but make it a small number. That's what negative exponents do. 0.081, right? That's 81 thousandths. And we'll talk about that. And we move this 1, 2, 3 behind the 5. Can only get rid of those in front of it, and you get 5.09 times 10 to the negative third. Now, we're going to add these two decimals. So when you're adding, either one can be on top or bottom. And we're going to line up the decimal points, right? If you want to put zeros there, you can, but we're lining up our decimal points. 6, 8, 0, and we get 0.08609. Now we just showed that these two numbers here, right, are what we just did. So the answer to that is 0.08609. But we're going to, in our homework and in our class, we're going to make that into scientific notation. So the answer to this, move it back twice, get rid of that 1 0, 8.609 times 10 to the negative second power. We moved it twice. Okay. So I'm going to be giving you problems in scientific notation. Right, 3 times 10 to the negative second, you take that decimal, move it twice, 0.03. Take this decimal, move it once because it's negative 1. You add the two together, right? So you line up your decimal points. That's literally really the only place to make a mistake today. And you add them up and you get 0.33 or 33 hundredths, which is 3.3 times 10 to the negative first. All right, so these are perfect notes to shorten. It's the same as yesterday. It's just small numbers, right? So we're moving it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So we get 0.0079, 2 zeros there. Move this twice. You get 0.021. We're adding. Right? If you feel the need to put a 0 there, put it. 0.0289, which is what in scientific notation? 2.89 times 10 to the negative second power. All right, we're subtracting this time. 0.083 minus, we're moving it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. We're getting 2 zeros there, 0.002. And so we get 1 and 8 and 0. 0.081 is 8.1 times 10 to the negative second power. Try it here. So we're moving this twice. 1, 2, 0.049. We're moving this 3 times. 1, 2, 3 times. And we're getting 2 zeros, 0.0084. Right? So we need a 0 here. Yeah, this one is here to make sure we can regroup or borrow. 6, that becomes an 8, so this is 0 and 4 and 0, and this is, move it twice, 4.06 times 10 to the negative second power. All right, so scientists weighed 2 grains of sand. One is 1.06 times 10 to the negative second grams, and the other was 1.7 times 10 to the negative second grams. Okay, so we're moving this twice, 1, 2, so we get 0.0106. Moving this twice, we get 0.017, and we're adding those two together, right? Because we're finding the total weight, it says. You can put a 0 there if you want. 0.0276, and we move the decimal twice, and it's 2.76 times 10 to the negative second grams. Now, was the shortcut available yet here? Yes, it was. 1.06 plus 1.7, 2.76 times 10 to the negative second grams. Keep the exponent. All right, let's try this one. We're finding the difference here. Now, the key to this one is that you have to put the bigger number up top. So which is bigger, 1.42 or 1.5? Because they have the same exponent, so we have to go to the tiebreaker. All right, 1 and 42 hundredths or 1 and 5 tenths, right? Which is bigger? Well, 1 and 5 tenths is bigger because if I put those zeros and you realize it's 1 and 50 hundredths. So the 1.5 one is the bigger one. So we're going to move this twice, 1, 2, and we get 0.015. Move this twice, 1 and 2, you get 0.0142. All right, and we're going to subtract. Borrowing. You put the bigger, well, the 0.0142 on the bottom, you're going to get an answer. It's going to be totally wrong, so don't do that. So it's 0.0008 as grams, but we have to put that in scientific notation. So notice, we have to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, and it is 8 times 10 to the negative second grams. Now, this problem is here because the shortcut didn't work here. Even though the exponents are the same, and this is one of the reasons I don't really like shortcuts with this, right? If you do 1.5 minus 1.42, right, you get 0.08 times 10 to the negative second grams, which is equal to our answer. The problem is not scientific notation, and that can happen with the shortcut. Now you're going to learn how to fix this in a couple of lessons, but for now, when you don't get an answer in scientific notation, the shortcut's no longer available, and you got to do it the long way. You know, and that's why I wasn't doing the shortcut on other ones that had different exponents, because there are patterns. But the problem is there's problems as well that you need to correct if you're trying that. So we're doing it this way on this problem, and I would do most of them this way until you learn a little bit more. Okay, so we're adding these two together, and we're going 123.0025. We're going to go decimals there, 123.006, and we're adding those together. All right, decimals line up, not the right side of the number. And that's 8.5 times 10 to the negative third. You know, using the any shortcut here, and it would work. It will work here, I believe. Oh, will it work here? Let me see. 8.5 times 10 to the negative third. Yes, it would. It would have worked here. But there are issues. All right, subtraction. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 3 zeros. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 0.00051, and you get 0.00032. Move the decimal, so it's 3.2 times 10 to the negative fourth. And shortcut would have worked on both of these, right? As long as you get scientific notation there, you're fine. All right, practice. Here we go. Do those, please. So we're going to move this twice, 0.0946. We're going to move this 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 zeros there. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, oops, let's be neat here. This is going to be a trickier problem. And we're adding those up. And this is a perfect example of scientific notation, not the greatest. Right, we have to move the decimal twice, right behind the first digit. So it's 9.4625 times 10 to the negative second. Next one. So we're moving this 123.00805. We're subtracting 1, 2, 3, 4. Got 3 zeros. And you get 1. You're borrowing there or regrouping. And we get that. We got to move the decimal behind the first digit, 7.91 times 10 to the negative third power. And let's try this one. All right, the exponents are the same. I'm going to do it the normal way, but let's see. 123.009 minus 123.0074. And we get 6 and 16, and we get 1.6 times 10 to the negative third. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so if you'd done 9 minus 7.4, right, it would have worked here. Finding the difference between these two, make sure you put the bigger one up top. I think it's pretty obvious 1.72 is bigger than 1.4. Move it twice, 0.0172. Move it twice, 0.014. 2, 3, 0, 0. and you get 3.2 times 10 to the negative third grams.